Zim says, question for Katie. What's the difference when you first started to now
Mhm.
with Mia?
Okay. Like compared to now, I'm
I
guessing.
mean, yeah, when you first started playing the character to now, I guess what's the difference for you?
I think she grew up. I think
Mm.
she matured. You know, with Seven, like original Mia, you had uh that pull and push of crazy possessed by Evelyn and then fighting it. She knew she messed up, but she still was like, what do I do now? Like I'm stuck. But with eight, it seemed like she grew up. Mia and Ethan have a baby now. They have a life. Like it seems like she just matured. And I felt that in the script. I felt that in my scenes. I felt like that motherly and wife role was there. Whereas I feel like in Seven, she was more selfish. I know a lot of people out there are very torn on Mia, not liking her because she caused a lot of things to happen. I blame the company, not the person.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
So yeah, like with Seven, she was definitely selfish. She got this job, didn't really tell her husband what it was. Then she disappears, causes a lot of drama. Not all of it her fault, but a lot of it her fault. And in eight, it just feels like there was more. I'm gonna protect my family. I just want to have this life and love this life and be done with all of that. And if you play the game, you see how that worked out. So
We've got some really good questions in here. I'll try to get to them all, guys.
yeah.
So we've got one here from JS says, which one do you prefer, 7 or 8? Oh, that's tough. Love from
That's
Ireland.
that's so tough. And I've had a couple of people ask me this, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have a
No,
preference
you
because
can't.
the two games were so different. They linked up, characters and stuff, but the games themselves were so different. And I got to play so many different personalities and emotions all within one character. So as an actor, that was like the coolest thing for me to take one character and be able to literally do the whole spectrum of
You really have, haven't
um,
you?
yeah.
It's
Between
crazy
seven
now
and
that I'm
eight.
thinking about it. Like, you've done everything in 2 games. Far
Between
out.
7 and 8, it's like, babysitter, crazy company, crazy person, possessed, normal, fighting, dying, coming back to life. And then all of a sudden, 8, it's like, oh, now I'm a sweet wife again. And now I'm a mother. And like, it just so much stuff.
Paige says, does Katie have a favorite scene of all the games that she's...
Oh, now it's like with 8, like I have a lot of favorite scenes. Actually, it's kind of crazy. One of my favorite scenes that we shot got cut, which I was so bummed because
Of
they just
8?
revamped of 8. Yeah. One of my
No!
favorite scenes. I was like, I was super bummed, but ultimately once I saw kind of what they did with the game and where it went, I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like I get why
It
they
didn't
took
work?
that out. Yeah, well, it was kind of like it took it a different route. So I totally got why they did it,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoyed shooting it. But yeah, so with 7, I would say my screwdriver chainsaw scene with Ethan is my favorite. That was a lot of fun because I got to be all sweet and then crazy and then fight like
So
everything.
that's all
Um,
you.
yeah, yeah. So I had the chainsaw with Todd. I had the screwdriver, doing the weird flip up, all the magic of motion capture. We were able to jerry rig things and have hidden people help us. And
Jerry
then
rig, what's that mean? Sorry to cut you off.
jerry rig is like when you create something like kind of pull something together like a mishmash, like okay, we got to figure out how to make this work. Let's try this and this, like the scene where Sarah and I are under the house and Marguerite
Mm-hmm.
drags me and I'm screaming. We're in motion capture suits, so there's little dots all over. So if you were really dragging somebody with the camera on their head and the dots, stuff could get ruined. So it was like a mat that you went on, that got pulled by people you couldn't see once it was in the game. So it was just kind of cool to get to see the behind the scenes of everything.
So they're not wearing any dots, are they? Those guys, they're just in black
Correct.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still to this day like blown away by how motion capture works. Like everybody who works on it, from the computer side and the cameras and the sound, like there are so many people involved. It's incredible. The amount of different things that all have to come together for them to be able to create these games. Like I had no idea until I was actually on set and there.
So do you fly to Japan to do it, or you do it in LA, or what?
No, these two games were done in LA. Yeah,
They are.
seven
Yeah, I
and
thought
eight.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I think some of the other games might have been
Mm.
in one or the other.
As in
But
the
seven and eight,
remakes.
all my stuff was done in the
Okay.
States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That would
John,
have been a nice